What narratives are you carrying? Hi, I'm Earl Uy. Join me for a talk where the early birds catch the early talks. This is Early Talks. Stories. Who doesn't love them? They engage us. Writer and storyteller Christine Henbury talks about storytelling and shares this. Storytelling is a fundamental part of being human. Stories let us share information in a way that creates an emotional connection. They help us to understand that information and each other, and it makes the information memorable. Because stories create an emotional connection, we can gain a deeper understanding of other people's experiences. That not only helps us to understand their lives, but allows us to take the lessons they have learned and apply it to our own. She also says that we may not have the same experiences, but we do share similar emotions, fears, and hopes. As part of a personal story, they create a connection between the listener, the characters, and the teller. Amidst the moment of our engagement with the story, we realize we're the same in a way, so we can understand despite our differences. That's great power stories bring. And this makes our narratives important. Why? They help us understand ourselves. They help us understand the world around us. They shape thoughts, beliefs, behaviors, and identities. They connect us with others in terms of experiences, ideas, and emotions. They shape cultures and societies. We can have our narratives and others' narratives put together to connect the dots and get the big picture. This brings up a crucial question. Are we carrying the right narratives? Are we getting the stories right so that we can narrate them correctly? It's no doubt that we interpret things from our point of view, and it can be prone to our biases. If we don't interpret it right, we make false stories and jump to a conclusion quite off from what the truth is. It affects relationships and even ourselves. And life doesn't work well with false narratives. This shows that the narrative we carry matters. Life is a store of stories, stories that impact and make us learn. Are we processing the stories we experience as they are? Are we seeking to fully understand each story we encounter in life when confusion arises? Are we open and humble to accept the narratives as true as they are? Author Erwin McManus, in one of his books, talked about how storytellers have always shaped our view of reality, with stories powerfully and profoundly shaping identity, not just individually, but also collectively. He points out this. History is not remembered by reality. History is remembered by story. You do not even know yourself apart from the story you believe about who you are. This is why the storyteller is the most powerful character in the human story. They tell us a story that we have not been able to tell ourselves. When a storyteller brings a message of hope, it can lift us out of our despair. When a storyteller brings us a message of love, they can save us from our own self-loathing. When a storyteller brings to us a message of faith, we find the courage to rise above our own fears. Whoever tells the best story creates the future. So we have to always seek the true narratives. True narratives free us and give us the peace to move forward. True narratives enable us to live the authentic life we're meant to live. Tell them as clearly as possible so that others can be truly inspired to move forward in life. So, what about you? What are your narratives on the things you encounter in life? Are there narratives you need to correct? How can you develop a mindset of seeking the right narratives? Thanks for joining me. Until next time, I'm Earl Uy, and this has been Early Talk.